Hello and welcome to video number 2. During this video, we are going to be discussing if the factors of 16 can also be the factors of 48. So, make sure you have your workbook open to pages 43 and 44. You just completed it. So my first question for you is, what are the factors of 48? Take a peek at your question number 1. You should have put down 1 times 48 or 48 times 1, 2 times 24 or 24 times 2, 3 times 16 or 16 times 3, 4 times 12 or 12 times 4, and 6 times 8 or 8 times 6. That would mean the factors of 48 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and 48. That is a lot of factors. So, many of you, by looking at the factors of 48, noticed that all the factors of 16, which are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16, are also the factors of 48. I see a 1, I see a 2, I see a 4, I see an 8, and I see a 16. So why do you think that is true? Look at your representations. So where is the 16 in your representation? Where is the 48? How does your picture show that if 4 is a factor of 16, then it has to be a factor of 48? Do you think that you could show this with an array or cubes? Here's an example of an array. So I made 3 4x4 arrays and I put them together to make a 12x4 array. Okay, so these are 4x4, 4x4, a 4x4, so I have 3 4x4s. So that's 12 by 4 array, which is 48. 16 fits into 48 3 times. This is 16, this is 16, and this is 16. So 16 fits into 48 3 times. And 4 fits into each of the 16s. There are 4 4s in each one. So I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. So a 4 will fit into 48 12 times. So what about all the other multiples of 16? For example, how many is 4 16s? And do you think all of the factors of 16 could also be the factors of 64? Well, let's see. Let's try skip counting by 16s to see how many is 4 16s. Here we go. So multiples of 16 would be 1 times 16, which is 16, 2 times 16, which is 32, 3 times 16, which is 48, and 4 times 16, which is 64. So 4 times 16 is 64. Now again, do you think all of the factors of 16 are also factors of 64? Well, let's see. Let's think about what the factors of 16 are and see if any of them match up to the factors of 64. So we know factors of 16 are 1 times 16, we also know that 2 times 8 is 16, and we also know that 4 times 4 is 16. So the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Now, let's find the factors of 64. All right, so we know that 1 times 64 is 64. We know that 2 times 32 is 64. We know that 4 times 16 is 64. And we know that 8 times 8 is 64. So the factors of 64 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. Do you see some resemblance between these two numbers? I see that they have a 1 in common, they have 2's in common, they have 4's in common, 8's, and 16's. Now, do you think that this is always going to be true? You don't have to take my word for it. I would suggest that maybe if you're not convinced, that you try this out with two numbers that you choose. And try to figure out, will the factors of any numbers be factors of all the multiples of that number? See you next time.